say hi to Facebook. Hello.
Hey, Facebook.
Look who it is. Yeah, she's back with us, which is great.
It's like being on Eurovision.
In what way?
Like, hello Instagram.
Oh,
hello,
exactly. Yes. Hello,
Facebook.
Netherlands.
Yes,
hello.
exactly.
We're going to have to start doing funny voices, wearing strange national costumes. Oh dear. Right, yes, it's going to be a fun one. I can tell that we've got some really fun things. We thought we'd do a couple of things together because I don't often have a beautiful assistant to help me out. And we're still debating over the pink hair thing. Okay, so we're going to have a proper discussion.
Guys.
We're going to have a proper discussion. There's a bit of lobbying.
Pink for the win.
Talking of pink for the win, I've already seen some comments about my skirt, which is, it's a Marks and Spencer special. I popped the link on Instagram and also on Facebook. I did check because I know that lovely green dress from Oliver Bonas, which I was wearing the other day, I think has just sold out. So I know. I mean, whenever I put a picture of it, it just, it goes. You've got to be so quick. But this, I've checked. They've got lots of them, and I just really like it. Look, it's just
Such
really
a nice fit,
isn't it? So it's quite flattering across here, and you
Yeah.
can't see, unfortunately, because I can't get far enough back, but it's just sort of got a weird crossover, just sort of little pretty
wrap-round.
thing.
It's
Yeah,
very
wrap round, but
nice.
it's not a wrap round. What I find the problem with wrap rounds is that you wrap them round and you get caught in a gust.
Yeah, and end up flashing.
Which is not not a good look, is it, really? We don't want to be flashing. Or you sit down and suddenly there's a bit more. But this, it looks like a wrap, but you've got the safety of stitching.
Oh, excellent.
We do like safety stitching, don't we? Now, other things that I was going to show you today, which I'm really thrilled, actually, that Lil is with us. Hi, Amy. By the way, I can see you there on Facebook. Hi, thank you so much. Lovely, lovely comments. So Amy, as always, is on Facebook and she's putting all the links to things, so thank you for popping that one from Marks and Spencer's. Any questions? She also talks to me through the clever technology, so she pops up the questions and things here so that I can see it in real time, which is really good, so thank you for doing that, my love. Instagram, folks, if you're new to Instagram, you had better be told that in my bio, so that's the little bit beneath my little round picture, is a blue link tree, and you click on that and then all the links open up to podcasts and all sorts of great things. Now, I was talking on my Instagram, actually I was talking about a couple of things. This morning I was not feeling great. I didn't have a brilliant night's sleep. I forgot my slumber drops.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I came
slept
up.
really badly as well.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it was just kind of being up here in London together.
Yeah.
But I did a little sleep article not that long ago on my Instagram, and one of the things that I talked about were the slumber drops, which I do actually really rate. I know we have got a discount with them. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it's from Life Armour, and you get 15% off your order by using the code LizLoves. I know Amy will pop that on there, and I know it's on Linktree already. And you always think with these things, is it just a placebo effect? Is it is it real? But actually, the herbs that they use are very sedating. I've given you passion flower before.
Yes, yeah.
And passion flower I really like as a herb to help us get to sleep, and I used to take it as capsules. But of course, if you take a capsule, you've got to wait for the capsule to be dissolved in the stomach
Okay.
and for it to circulate. Whereas if you have a tincture, you take it under your tongue
Oh, that's clever.
and it just goes straight in. Anyway, I didn't have mine last night, so maybe that's why I didn't sleep so well. So anyway, the reason I was telling you this is that I went for a run this morning and I was so not in the mood. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning. It was like, really? And I met up with Michael Gary in London, and obviously, we can go out running separately. And he said, I said, how are you? And I said, actually, I'm not great today. And he said, out of 10. I was like, I don't know, maybe a 2, a 3. Yeah, really, really quite low, actually. And he said, right, come on. He said, we're going to do double distance. It's like, okay, thanks. I've just told
Moral
you that
of the story, never tell Michael you're
never
feeling
tell him
terrible.
how you really feel. Expecting him to go, oh, well, that's okay, Liz, let's just go and sit on a bench and have a chat. No. It's like, okay, so now we're going to do twice as much. So we did, and I posted it on my Instagram stories, and after that he said, so, how do you feel? I said, yeah, not too bad. And he said, out of 10? I said, well, maybe 8.
Yeah, there you go.
So there you go. So the moral of that story is, when you wake up and you feel really rubbish, you just have to get outside, preferably, because all the studies say it's being outdoors makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Preferably where you can see some green. There's a lovely feature actually in the current issue of the magazine on biophilia.
Oh,
Have you heard
yes.
about biophilia? It's actually from a beautiful, beautiful book. Let's see if I can find it in here. There you go. Why we find beauty in nature, and it's all about being out in the green.
Oh, is that the pattern thing?
It's partly pattern, so it's partly talking about fraxels.
Fraxels, that's what I was thinking of.
So fraxels, but also it says here, listen to this quote, it says, looking at green foliage has been shown to increase attention span and concentration. So these are the colours that we need to surround ourselves with, guys. And they've even done studies showing that if you work out in a room painted green, you work harder.
Really?
Yeah. So if you've got a little, den that you're turning into your home gym or whatever, paint it green. Oh look, I've actually just turned the page. The next page is this lovely Neroli necklace, which I'm wearing. So this, I'm sharing with you. Actually, it's supposed to be only for magazine readers, but I thought, we're a club, aren't we? We're a gang, so I'm not going to hold back on mentioning in this, because this, if I hold it up for you to see, this is in the magazine, and it's a half price on my fair and fine fair trade necklace, which I'm happening to be wearing, my Neroli necklace. Now, the reason I mention that is that my mum, hello mum, my mum was watching. I think it was on Monday when I mentioned this, and I talked about how Neroli is a symbol of love.
Yes.
And fidelity and friendship and all of those good positive things, and it's often strewn at weddings or it's incorporated into a bridal bouquet, because Neroli is actually orange blossom.
Yes.
It's a little orange blossom flower, which
Yeah.
I know you know because you've grown up with it since you were at Tops with me using Neroli and stuff, but it's actually a little tiny white jasmine like flower that you get on orange trees. And my mum messaged me to say, did you know that your grandmother, so Lil, your great-grandmother, wore a beautiful hat strewn with wax, orange blossom, Neroli flowers, little wax flowers? And I said, that's amazing. And she said, yes, and I've got it. And I said, wow, can I show it? Can I show it to everybody here? And she said, well, okay, as long as you take extra special care. So I've got it to show you. So it's been hand delivered to me, and I'll show you first the picture. So this is my grandma. This is Lil's great grandma on her wedding day in 1929, I think it was. Yeah, 1929. So she married my grandfather here, who was a naval schoolmaster. So he's in his naval uniform. I don't know whether you can see, but he's holding the most amazing hat. And then my grandma, whose name was Renee, beautiful, beautiful bouquet of flowers, and on her hat she has some Neroli, and that was traditional. So this was in the 20s, back in the 1920s, and I have here the actual headdress. Isn't this special? It's got a little tag on. My mother labelled it, saying the orange blossom from the wedding hat of Renee Cummins, August the 17th, 1929. And you can see here these beautiful little Neroli flowers. I hold them up so you can both see. Isn't that stunning? And even, if you go to weddings in Italy, they will very often throw orange blossom, and the smell is so amazing. You've got some, haven't you?
Yeah, I did. Well, I bought some essential oil.
Oh,
Neroli
lovely.
essential oil.
So Neroli is hugely expensive as an essential oil.
Yeah, that's why it's a tiny bottle.
Little wee bottle for a lot of money, I expect. Because they have to steam distill the flowers, and it takes tons and tons of these tiny, tiny petals to produce the exquisite Neroli scent. And if you know Neroli, it's kind of floral, but also light and slightly citrusy, so you get the orange smell.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Really lovely. But I just thought that was such a special thing.
So special.
I just wanted to share it. And it really is, these things are really true. They have been historically, used at weddings and sign of love and fertility and all of that. And there's my little Neroli.
Oh, that's
I think
so
Grandma
nice.
would be proud, don't you?
I think so.
Great Grandma, I hope so. Anyway, lovely to share
She'd be
that.
very proud of you.
No, well, I don't know about that, but thank you. Now, other things in other news. So while I've got you here, I wanted to have a little chat about hair. Okay. Can we talk about this hair colour thing?
Yeah, we can. I'm just going to press down on Instagram because there we go. The comments weren't loading.
Oh, are they not
through.
loading? Why don't they load?
No, they are
Thanks for all
loading.
your
They just
hearts.
weren't scrolling.
I don't know why they don't scroll. I hope
So-
it behaves itself. Instagram, you've got to behave.
Oh, now
today.
it's scrolling. Now that I've moved it.
Oh,
it's
now you've moved it.
scrolling.
Oh, now it will. Oh,
Okay, just before we have
fantastic.
a hair conversation, but we
Yeah.
can just look. Very precious heirloom from
Oh,
Sarah.
something lovely from your grandma. Looking at old family photographs. Fantastic. Oh, really lovely.
There
Lovely, lovely. And comment on Facebook here. How wonderful to see your grandma's wedding pics and the fashion. Yes, Kim, isn't that amazing? Just have another little look at the fashion of the day. She's just looked so glam and lovely and amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Lovely, lovely to share that. So, hair. So now talking to Renee's great-granddaughter here about hair. You are a bit of a hair guru. Well, certainly in terms of colour.
Yes.
I was actually showing our
Yes.
friends here, this is my yearbook 2, the Lovely Years of Wellbeing yearbook 2, which I have signed copies of if you want it. But I was looking through here, and we actually do, look, those are your nails.
Those are
Lil.
my hands, yes.
So it's not all food. You might think these books are all about food, but look, she's actually painting her nails pink there. On brand,
Yes.
darling, very on brand with the pink. And there was a picture of you. I think it's towards the end, isn't it, with you with dark hair? Oh, is it winter? It is, isn't it? Because it's all about Christmas makeup. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've arranged to come back with Hannah Martin next Tuesday. So next Tuesday we'll do Tuesday tutorial with Hannah, hopefully on a better connection. So your picture, there we go. So this, you had comments, people saying you look like Katie Holmes.
Oh, that's sweet.
Isn't that rather good? But look how dark your hair is there.
Yeah.
So you went, I was looking at your Instagram the other day, and you went from kind of long dark hair.
That was actually in this as well. I just saw you flip past. You can keep talking while I find
Okay,
out.
so the long dark hair, and then you cut it shorter. Oh my goodness, yes, I'd forgotten that one. Look at this one. Okay, so this is actually, it's for a really good recipe. This is turmeric coconut latte, delicious. And also this one is amazing, hot chocolate with sea salt. Ah, absolutely divine. And this was a picture that we took. This is my shepherd's hut down on the farm, which I took a picture with Kit the other day.
Oh yeah, for the shirts.
Yeah, for the koi shirts. So that's us. So my hair's a bit longer, but look at you. I mean, your hair is really long.
It's curly though. I used to be able to tuck it into my trousers.
No way.
Yeah, before I cut it into the bob, I could tuck it into my trousers.
There's something very liberating, isn't there, about cutting your hair?
Oh,
I
it was
love that
glorious.
picture. That's such a great expression. And we're wearing travel wraps.
We are.
Look at that. You know our lovely friends at Travel Wrap. So they have given us still a 10% discount.
Oh, fab.
Which you need on a chilly day like today. So let me just check on that. Travel Wrap, for those who would like. If I got it on my little list here. Travel Wrap, there you go. It's thetravelwrapcompany.com. And you put Liz Loves 10 for 10% off these beautiful cashmere wraps. And I wear this one all the time. I don't know when this picture was taken. This must be.
I
when
wear
did
that
you have
one
hair
all the
like
time.
that? Yeah, you do, don't you? Yeah, that's the ones with the orange.
At least 4 years ago.
Must be at least 4 years ago, if not longer.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe 5. Very interesting. Anyway, so your hair has
My
gone
hair.
long, short, brown, pink, blonde,
Yeah, white.
white.
Yeah.
So tell me about your hair journey
So
in terms of colour.
okay. Well,
Because this is your natural colour, isn't it?
This is my natural colour, yeah. And it goes a bit blonder in the sun. But you could see in that picture where I had longer hair, the ends were pink.
Is that what they call ombre? When you ombre the ends?
Yeah, it was ombre, but it was also a darker pink because I didn't bleach my hair because my hair was so long and had taken so long to grow that length that I was terrified of bleaching it.
Right.
Then once I cut it all off, I felt liberated because, it will just grow back. And it won't take that long to grow fully back.
Okay.
So I then bleached it.
The whole lot?
head bleach. And
So you went sort of whitey blonde.
yes. I went kind of like, yellowy blonde. Any Harry Potter fans? The colour that Malfoy's hair is. I've been rewatching the movies during lockdown. And you can tell that he does not have, that they've bleached his hair.
Okay.
And I put pink in and I put too much in to begin with and it went like a bright red colour and I spent all weekend trying to get it
I
right.
remember you with red hair. I quite liked you with red hair, actually. It was very dramatic.
Yeah, I did have really red hair when I was at uni at one point. I had a quarter life crisis. and dyed it like pillar box red.
Life crisis.
Because I was trained to be a teacher, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be responsible for like the formation of 30 children, and I'm not ready to do that yet. So one of the things I did was just dye my hair red. But anyway, so I bleached my hair.
Yeah.
Must have been 27? No,
2007?
No, not 2007.
17. I lose track of the time. That's the thing when you get old, isn't it? It's like all the days blur into one.
And I've done it twice as well. So, because then I dyed it, and then yes, I was going to put brown back over the top, and you were like, no, it looks fine, and you talked me down from it.
I do like you with pink hair. So at the moment, what have you got? So this is bleach at the end.
It's bleach,
with pink.
With pink.
And what are you going to do with it? Because you're obviously growing out. You've got a lot of regrowth
now.
But does that matter to you?
No, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me up until about this point, and then I was like, I'm not really sure what to do, because I am growing my hair out.
What, longer? You're
longer.
Going to grow it longer.
I'm going to grow it longer. I'm not going to get it recut into a bob.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to regrow it longer again, and so I need to get my roots done. But if I get them done, so I bleached my whole head myself, and I very happily do that now, because I went from bleach to, so I went pink, purple, silver, and then I went back to brown because I was a bridesmaid 7 times in 1 year.
7 times a bridesmaid?
Yeah.
I guess you'd already been a bride, so that was okay.
I was already married. Yeah, I'm not superstitious. And I didn't want to have pink hair and it be in the wedding photos and stuff.
That's very considerate of you to think about their wedding photos.
Well,
in time to come, and think they'd be looking at who's that one that show off with the
exactly
pink hair.
Who's that paying with the pink hair in the background? No. So then I dyed it back to brown, which is actually really difficult to maintain. Well, because when you bleach your hair, so your hair colour is made up of blue, green and red. And when you bleach it, you remove all the red. So when you put brown pigment back into it, the red part of the pigment has nothing to cling to, has no red buddies to cling to in the hair. So it falls out, so you often end up with greeny brown hair.
Oh, yeah,
like
I've
murky
seen that.
hair.
Yeah,
that's someone who's dyed over bleach badly.
Okay.
So you've got to go like too red.
Okay.
Like you've got to go.
This is
really...
not filling me with confidence. I have to say, this whole pink hair malarkey is.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Really.
It's fine because you're already blonde. It only matters if you've got really dark hair.
Okay.
And then, so then I was brown, and then it was this time last year actually. We were staying with some friends because our place was being renovated. And it always happens, it's always the same. I get bored with my hair and I go, I'll just go into Superdrug and I'll get an ombre kit just to lighten the ends so it looks like I've spent some time on a beach or something. And I always leave with a bottle of bleach and a packet of pink hair dye. It's like it's like they're magnetic. And so I bleached my whole head and dyed it pink.
Yeah, and everyone went, wow, it looks so great.
Yes.
But I think it's a youth thing as well. I think...
It's really fun.
It is. Well, okay, so long story short, what we've decided to do is I have listened to both sides and I'm, as usual, going to take the middle ground. Okay, so it's not a cop-out, this is the middle ground. So what I thought I would do is just to start, baby steps, is I thought we'd go under here with a kind of a pink streak. Okay?
Yes.
Because then I can see how it looks. And also I was reminded... My lovely senior director, when I was talking about this, said, you do realise, Liz, that if you dye your hair bright pink, we won't be able to use any photographs of you in the magazine because they will be immediately out of date. It's like, okay, so that would be not a very sensible idea then. So I thought if I had a piece that I could then, if I did have to have my picture taken for something, I could hide it. But if I then wanted to highlight it, I could pull it out and, give me something to fiddle with and whatever.
Yes.
So what we have to do first is Lily's been brilliant during this process because she has been putting highlights in my hair. I think I've mentioned this before. Do you want to?
Yes, with the
I got this online. It was so inexpensive. I think it was about £6.
Yeah.
It's a Weller home streaking kit. It's really old-fashioned, isn't it? It's just peroxide.
It is. It's just peroxide and one of those little caps that you can pull the strands through.
Which we're not going to do, because that is not a good look. Oh, what's this? Kim saying my daughter's hair ended up with green streaks, which ended up blue after using henna.
Oh,
now, I did hear that henna actually is a massive kind of no-no whenever I mention to my lovely hairdressers.
Oh, really?
Oh, what do you think about henna? They're like, oh, henna, no, because just because it's got a natural word doesn't mean to say that it's easier or gets a better result or whatever. Because actually what I want to do is this is why I wanted to talk to Hannah yesterday. Hannah, I don't know if you're watching today, sweet, but you did this and it's called Kiss of Colour by Lee Stafford, and is it what, a semi-permanent then? Because you rinse it, it washes out after about 4 washes.
That's what
so
it
it's
says.
It's not, well, that's what it says. I mean,
Sorry,
I love the way you say that. Yeah, well, that's what it says on the pack, but actually you're going to be stuck with it till it grows out. We shall see. But in order to get a good result, what I've learned is that you can't just leap in and put colour on your hair.
No.
You have to go peroxide blonde first to strip the colour out. Is
Yes,
that right?
you do,
And
yeah.
then you can recolour
All of
it.
the colour, apart from, so you remove the colour from the outer shaft of the hair, and the inner bit, so that goes translucent, and then the inner bit is yellow. So that's why when you when you peroxide your hair, it goes yellow, and that's why you need toner to take the brassy yellow out of it.
So if you were naturally blonde,
Yeah.
would that work then?
If you were naturally very blonde.
If you were naturally very blonde.
Very, very blonde.
Okay. So what are we going to do here before I change my mind? Tell me what we're going to do.
So I'm going to mix the bleach.
Okay, so that's just peroxide. That's bleach and peroxide, is it? Or which bit is the bleach? Sorry, I know you did chemistry A level. I didn't do that. So you can tell me what
10
these
years
things
ago.
are. Yeah, but you'll know, and you're a qualified teacher. So this says on it hydrogen peroxide.
Yes.
In this bottle.
Okay, and this says lightening powder.
Whatever that is. Is that the ammonia? That must be
probably
ammonia,
is.
isn't it?
I'd have to
I always
read
worry
the
about making these
instructions.
things that we're going to make something that's going to explode.
Oh no, it's not. It doesn't explode. These ones don't. I personally.
What? There are ones that do.
No. Well, yes. If you do it wrong, so there's the
on
ones.
Your head?
No, not on your head. So you know the ones that you mix in a bottle and then shake, and it has a nozzle that you go straight into your hair.
Right.
Guys, do you know what I'm talking about? That's what I use because I don't like faffing around with the tray and the brush and everything.
Okay.
And I find it easier to use. But if you mix it and don't take the cap off, because then the chemical reaction happens and it produces a gas, it will explode. Or it will like pop up the top.
Right, all over everything.
All over everything.
Which is not good. Okay.
Oh yeah, Liz has just said watch your clothes. Yeah, normally you would do this with a towel.
I
wrap.
have
You've
a
got
look.
a towel.
I'm so
well
on it.
prepared.
I am just on it.
Right, I'm gonna mix this
I
up.
was not a senior sixer in the brownies for nothing. I was. Actually, why are you laughing? You were a brownie.
I was a brownie. I don't think I made.
You were never a senior sixer.
I was never a
No,
senior
it's just
sixer.
a bitter disappointment to your mother. You know that. Right now,
I got lots of badges.
You did get lots of badges. I loved all your badges. You just sew them all on. Now this is a fairly wee little brush. I have bought my eyeliner brush somewhere just because I thought we'd want to do it little. Don't use it all because
I'm not using it all.
Only
I'm
use
not.
a bit.
I'm
But it's half, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I might want to do some more bits. I was going to do maybe some.
Yeah,
bits
no, this is
around
the
here.
same packet that we used last time.
Okay.
It was already open.
So
Yeah, no,
where
I've got
is?
your. Oh, it was here.
So I thought that if we used a really fine eyeliner brush, we could just sort of paint it
Yeah,
on.
there you go.
How about that? Do you know this brush, looking at it, talking about memories, this brush must be 40 years old because this is a molten brown eyeliner brush. So when I started my career at Molten Brown, when I was still at college in London, Molten Brown back then was a super smart little hairdressing salon in South Molton Street. And after I'd been there a year or two, I actually went to work there full time. I started as a house model for them when I was at college and then joined them full time. And after a year or so, they introduced an amazing makeup range called Colour Freedom, which was so ahead of its time. It was a bit like the early kind of Schumacher, where you could choose your colours and put them into little palettes. And this is we're going back into early 80s, it's a long time ago. And as part of that, we used to buy makeup brushes and sell them. And actually, the word Molten Brown has long since worn off that. But there you go. It just shows, doesn't it? If you buy things that are well made with quality. That was thunder. Can you hear that?
Baz, it's okay, darling.
Hey,
Come
Basil's
here.
here.
She's gone to hide under the table.
Come, Baz. Do you want to come up
You're
here?
okay.
Hey.
You're okay. Come on. She hates thunder.
I'm not surprised. Come up here, sweetie pie. Oh, come and say hello while your mama's mixing. There's Basil. Look. Oh, she's trembling. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's just a bit of thunder. Say hello to everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, mixed.
Okay, so we're mixed. So you're going to have to move now, sweetheart. I haven't got you
sit here,
settled.
darling.
You go over there.
Come here. You're okay.
Okay, so this has turned into a rather scary kind of purple colour.
Yeah.
Hello. Now what could you dye your dog's hair?
No,
but in theory.
I've seen pictures of dogs with dyed hair, but I don't know whether they have special
dog
because you
dye.
can't use human shampoo on dogs and stuff because their skin is a different pH to ours.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
I thought I knew everything about skin, and I did
that's
not
why
know that.
It's not a con. Dog shampoo.
Dog shampoo is a thing.
It's a thing. Yeah, you need to buy dog shampoo to look after their skin, and they run slightly hotter than us, so you have to make sure that when you bathe them, you use slightly cooler water.
Really,
Yeah.
you need to do for the magazine. Will you do a whole dog beauty
dog
tutorial?
beauty.
I'm
Should we do
serious.
dog beauty?
I mean, dog beauty.
You're okay.
Oh, poor wee thing.
You're okay.
You are all right. You're with friends. It's okay.
Yes,
You're with
it's
your
okay.
fam. No, don't come over here because you sneezed on me because I'm about to have my hair dyed.
Go on, lie down.
She got hay fever.
Lie down. She has a little bit. She's a bit snuffly.
No. Yeah,
Would
my
you
eyes are a bit
put
prickly.
it
Yeah,
back
come over here because look, we need to crack
lie
on and
down.
actually put this in. Now you're not going to use this. This is a big wodgy old brush. I don't like the
Yeah.
look of that.
So which section do you actually want?
Okay, so I was thinking under here because you want to do it on a bit that's already bleached. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not a massive piece, she says, a bit nervously. Let's start small.
This
okay.
bit?
Like, 1 or 2 strands.
No, I can't do 1 or 2 strands. There's no point in doing 1 or 2 strands. This?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay.
Go on then.
Do you, yeah,
I probably
just
ought to have
hold
bought
the
some
rest of
clips
it.
or something. Now, the other thing that we discovered when we were setting up for this is we don't have any aluminium foil. Hello, sweetheart. Yes, okay, you come back. She can hear the thunder. This is not going well, is it? Yes. Okay. Can you work around her?
Yes, I can work around her. She's okay.
Okay. So you're going to have to
You're
bleach this
okay.
whole thing because I thought if this whole thing was bleached, actually, then it would just be a white section under here. That is quite a big chunk, though. Can we make it a bit?
less.
Yeah. Can we maybe do half that?
Do you want it the back half or the front half? Because if it's the
I
back
probably ought
half,
to go with the back half just
you
in
can
case
hide
it
it
doesn't.
easier.
Yeah, I can then
Yeah.
get away with it. So let's hook that round there. Okay. Right. Okay. You're all going to have to. Oh dear! Everyone's saying the thunder is a warning. No, is it a sign? Is it a sign that we should be putting down the mixture?
You're okay, pumpkin. You're okay.
Are you talking to me or the dog?
The dog. You're okay too, Mum.
I'm okay. I'm in safe hands.
Right.
Have you got to do the whole thing? Because the bottom's already got some bleach on it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay. Sam at John Frieda, I hope you're not watching this. Please look away now.
Put more on the dark of that.
I will be back in to see you, I promise.
Actually, I'm going to use this just to get it
Are
started.
you?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we discovered that we had no aluminium foil, because that's what you have done before for me, isn't it? You wrap my hair in foils.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do instead?
We're going to use cling film
Okay.
instead, and it just keeps it separate from the rest of your hair. And also, bleach heats up
Hey, little
when it's
trembly dog,
working.
you're okay, sweetheart. Stop trembling. It's okay.
Bleach heats up when it's working, and that's
Bleach heats up.
Yeah, and that's why. And also, if it's heated up, it works faster. So that's why if you bleach your whole head, you do your mid-lengths and ends first, and then you go back and do the roots, because the heat from your head makes the roots bleach faster than...
Who knew? I had no idea you were such a hair guru. Okay, so the next piece you're going to do after the dog beauty is a how to home colour your hair tutorial.
Oh golly, I don't know if I'm well qualified enough for that.
Well, you've had years of experience.
Yes, okay.
Of doing your own head.
Yes.
Now, while all this is going on, I'm just going to read out a couple of notices. It is apparently the last posting day in the UK to get your gifts out for Father's Day. So I thought I'd just shout that out as a heads up, because we've got some amazing brands, small family-run businesses that are just doing the right thing that I wanted to shout out to. One is Salcombe Dairy, this really lovely family-run bean-to-bar artisan chocolate. Don't tell him, shh, I hope he's not watching with my mum, but I have actually got some for my dad, okay, for Father's Day on Sunday. So you get 10% off Salcombe Dairy. and you use the code, I think it's Liz Loves. Amy, I know, sweet, you'll put a link. Too many things here, talking about multitasking. I am looking after the dog who's trembling on my knee. Okay, so that's in there. So now you're going to wrap that with cling film?
I have.
Oh, you have? Okay, so I just have to what? Just sit here with that now.
Just
for how long?
Okay,
well, it's 1 o'clock in real time now if you're watching this in real time. So I think I've got to do what, about 45 minutes? Hey,
yes,
Poppet,
I think 30 to 40. I'm pretty sure last time it said don't exceed 50. Because fun fact, if you leave bleach on for too long, your hair will snap off.
Snap off?
Yeah. So, and that's why you have to be very careful if you're doing the roots. So I often go and get my roots professionally done.
So you snap it off at the roots?
Well, no. So if you've already got bleach where it overlaps, it will weaken where you've had bleach before.
Oh.
And then snap.
It's so complicated, isn't it? Okay, well, it's in now.
Minutes.
Okay, all right, well, we'll time it. Don't let me forget. So just to say, yes, Salcombe Dairy, which is salcombedairy.co.uk, that's Liz Loves, and you get 10% off. Other couple of things, you will have seen maybe pictures of Kit and me, so that's Lil's brother, doing a little bit of modelling for this Kenyan clothing company called Koi Clothing, Koy clothing.com, and they have given us 20% off, and they've got amazing shirts. I love their linen shirts that have got the kikoi stripe fabric on the inside of the collar and the turned back cuffs. They really are good. Actually, I was very impressed with the quality, particularly when that arrived. So shout out to them. So that's Liz Loves to get 20% off. And then lastly, these lovely people. This is the Governor olive oil. This is actually featured in the magazine at the moment. And it comes in this really lovely bottle with a leather necktie. Isn't that fab? I mean, I think any guy opening that's probably going to think it's some amazing alcoholic drink.
Yes,
but
that's what I assumed it was.
Far better for you than that. And it comes in this really lovely box. The Governor Premium Extra Virgin Olive Oil. Look at that. Isn't that stunning? And we've got 10% off that as well. So you could give a real treat that's also got health-giving benefits. And they've got a slightly unusual website name. It's called The Governor EVOO, EVOO, which stands for?
What?
EVOO.
EVOO.
EVOO. Come on, you are Lily Earle. What does EVOO stand for? What am I talking about here?
Oh, Earle olive oil.
Extra virgin olive oil.
Oh, sorry. Right. Okay.
EVOO. Okay, when we talk about EVOO, that's what we're talking about, extra virgin olive oil. So their website is...
Sorry, I was reading a comment about thunder shirts for dogs.
Can you get a thunder shirt? What's a thunder shirt?
Yeah, it's like a weighted blanket.
Oh,
so it calms the nervous system.
Oh, sweetheart, you're okay. You are. Look, lots of friends. It's okay. Little doglet. They hate thunder, don't they? So there we go. Yes, so with EVOO, the extra virgin olive oil, which we'll pop links to. Thank you, Amy, and it's on Linktree. That is Liz Loves 10. Gives you 10% off that. If you would like some free magazines, don't forget that you can click the link that we have got a deal with Readly, which is this amazing company where you can get unlimited reading to like tens of thousands of magazines. I know you've done it, haven't you?
Yes, yeah.
It's a really amazing thing, including all, of course, of Liz Earle Wellbeing magazine. So wherever you are in the world, you can have access to not only our magazine, but I mean literally everything. I even found one called Modern Cat. Which I think your grandparents would like that
they
one.
Would very much.
I think it's Modern Cat Quarterly. And I'm sure there are lots of dog magazines for Basil. But all you have to do there is if you go to the Liz Earle Wellbeing website, then you'll see, sorry, I've got my lights reflected in here, you'll see that tells you about Readly, and if you click through it, you basically just go subscribe. So it says $7.99 to subscribe for the month, and you click on that, and then when you go to that, it actually comes up with, you get your month free. And you don't have to take, you can cancel it after a month. So basically you can have a month of free magazines, and then if you don't like it or you find that you're not using it, you just cancel it. So, but the really nice thing is that they have lots of back issues. So you even can get back issues of Liz Earle Wellbeing magazine, because sad to say, we have actually sold out of the single copies of this that we had on the website. Yeah. out. So we were sending them out with little gift messages.
Yes.
Really sad to say that they have now gone. But now that with more shops open, you can actually find it. And I know Marks and Spencer's have been really good. Waitrose, Tesco's. I think some of the WH Smiths are open now, so you can still find it. But it's only out for the next couple of weeks, and then we've got the new one coming. So, but I do have plenty of copies of the yearbook 1 and 2. This was the yearbook 2 that I was showing, and I do sign those and I send those out, so we can get those out really quickly. That is it for today. Just to say that on Friday, I'm not here tomorrow. I'm going to see my parents tomorrow. On Friday, I will be doing a Floral Friday with a difference. Oh gosh, I hope Instagram works. I'm just going to close that low battery warning on my phone. I'm really, really hoping that Instagram will work on Friday, because I'm going to be joined by Roseby Morton, who is the founder of the Real Flower Company. Many of you will know that I've worked with Roseby for a long, long time. In fact, she even named a variety of bright pink sweet pea after me. It's the Liz Earle Wellbeing Sweet Pea. And she and I have known each other for a long time. I normally see her at Chelsea when we go to Chelsea Flower Show together.
Yes.
We always go and see them. And they are a British flower grower. And she's got these beautiful boxes that you can get. And she's sending me one. So when I get back to the farm tomorrow, I will hopefully have this beautiful box of farm flowers. So do go and check them out. If you're in the UK and you fancy doing this on Friday, go and have a look at the Real Flower Company. .co.uk. Look at their website, because you can get a flower box, and she's going to be talking me through some of the beautiful flowers that they're growing and how to use them and how to keep them and why they're scented and all of that. So we're going to be doing that. Yeah, it will be a really nice day on Friday. So I hope you'll join me. Until then, thank you. We're going to go and calm this little dog down. Perhaps we can find our own sort of weighted blanket somehow.
I also sing You Are My Sunshine to her.
Oh, go on.
I'm not going to do it
Oh,
live.
come on. Yes, we need. Let's sing us out. Let's have a theme tune to sing us out.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey.
Hot.
You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away.
One lovely calm dog.
You
See you
are my
Friday.
sunshine,
Bye-bye.
my only sunshine. You make me happy when